Hi, my name is Julie Watson and I work in the Office of Financial Aid Services, and I'm here to present about study abroad and how that would work with your financial aid. I am one of the specialists, so I would look to meet with you and go through all of this to see what types of aid you'd be eligible for your program. Absolutely. Now there are some things that can vary depending on the program that you're in, the amount of credits you're taking, the types of aid that you're eligible for. So that would be something that we do want to look at with you in our office, and we can take a look and see if there's anything that would need to be addressed specifically for you. Yes, we have a couple of forms that are required in our office to process you for financial aid. We have a study abroad agreement form and a budget form, and these are used for the MSU Direct Exchange Program and the ISEP programs. We do also require a budget form, but not an agreement if you are doing a faculty-led program. And additionally, if you are coming through the summertime, we have an additional summer supplemental form that's required to complete so that we can set you up. What we would like to do is have it as soon as we can. We don't have the financial aid summer supplemental forms available till after the first of each year, but we do have a priority processing date of March 31st, so the earlier that you're able to get that into us, the earlier we're able to tell you what you have to work with, especially to coordinate with your study abroad due dates. Well, being aware of what you have and how that's going to work and making sure that everything is in place before you leave. It is also recommended that having somebody here to work on your behalf is a good idea, and to set up the authorization to release financial information, or that FERPA form, where somebody could call in and if there was a problem on financial aid or your bill, and making sure everything is taken care of. Well, what we're going to do is evaluate what financial aid has been used for the current aid year. Financial aid for summer comes out of the current aid year that we're in, and so it's whatever has not yet been used is what's going to be available for summer. So in some cases that there may be additional aid eligibility, in other cases there may not be, and that's what we would take a look at doing, and seeing what your options were as far as that goes. What you need to do is complete the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA, at fafsa.gov. The primary source for aid is through the federal, and the grants and loans both come through this application process, and that would give you aid that you could apply to your program. Yes, you can. The financial aid is available all year long. There is a priority date on the FAFSA application for our institution, and that's March 1st. We need to receive it by before or by March 1st to maximize your aid based on your eligibility. But it can be done throughout the year. It has to be completed before the end of a semester, but if you're, whatever you're eligible for, there would still be some grant money and loans. Good question. What we're going to do is bring that into our system here at the university, and it takes all of that information and looks at what a student is eligible for, and we will set the student up then with a financial aid award. And this process usually can happen within about a week's time, but at the same time, especially going into a new aid year, can take some time. There can be some additional documentation that's needed by our office Again, we have a priority date, which can ensure a student may be getting some additional resources that they might miss out on. So the earlier any of these processes are completed, the better. So once a FAFSA is completed, then you want to be checking in with our office on those next steps so that we can get you moving along in a timely manner and make sure that your aid is ready to go when you're ready to leave the country. Well, what we look to do with financial aid is allow for the additional travel expenses. There's a $2,000 allowance that is made into the cost of attendance, and that's essentially over and above the tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, and your regular miscellaneous expenses. And we then include that cost, and then we look at the additional eligibility to see what you have to help cover that expense. It would depend on the type of scholarship that you have. Some scholarships are tuition-based scholarships, and if you are not being billed tuition through the program that you are participating in, then that scholarship may not apply. We do have an appeal process that would allow you to hold that scholarship until you return. That would be something that you'd meet with our office, and we can go over the criteria of what you would need to do for that, and the criteria for maintaining it once you have returned to the university. It definitely can be. Those are things to be aware of. In some instances, financial aid will do what we call prorating, or it may not pay out at all if you are enrolled in less than 12 credits. If you are taking credits that you don't complete or fail classes, that can create what's called a percentage violation with financial aid that could affect your ability to continue getting financial aid. So there are requirements that do need to be met, and you'd want to be sure of those before taking any further action. I am in the Office of Financial Aid Services, and we are in the sub, room 183, which is in the lower level, back around where the offices are, past the bookstore. And you may also call our office at 406-994-2845, or my direct line, 406-994-6044. If you are not on campus or abroad, then sometimes the email is the best way to go, and that's Julie, Julie, .Watson, WATSON, @montana.edu. Anyone that is looking to use financial aid for study abroad, I do want to meet with you and go over your account and make sure everything is in order and what you're eligible for, if you have any eligibility left, if you do not, what are your options in terms of alternative private student loans, maybe looking for scholarships within your department, things like that. So we can go over all of those questions.